the other day I had a super fun email come through my work email, and it was a colleague of mine who likes to bike to work. And on his ride in, he noticed that when he comes into work, he's willing to go down the Wolske Bay Hill. So here in Menominee, right by the public library and Wolske Bay, which is an area of Lake Menominee with this really steep hill to the top. And my friend lives at the top of that hill. And he has no problem coming down that hill on his way to work. But on the way back, he avoids it like the plague. Why? Well, it's really steep, and who wants to bike up a really steep hill on purpose? So instead, he takes a much longer route up and around the library and the old train tracks. He still gets to his house at the top of the hill, and he still starts at the library at the bottom of the hill. But he feels like he does less work. And so he's thinking about that, and he said to me, am I doing less work? I don't know. I get to the same spot. Shouldn't I be doing the same amount? That was a fabulous question and one I wanted to share with you. So, does he do less work? Let's make sure we understand the problems. Let's draw a picture. So here at the bottom of the hill, we have the library. All right. There's 2 routes to my friend's house, which is up here. One route takes pretty direct and has a very steep hill. The other route, well, it's the old train tracks, and it goes around. There's a hill there, because after all, he has to get from the library to his house, but it's a gradual hill. So, does he do more work? Well, let's think about that idea that we introduced with work and energy. And work, remember, is very intimately related to energy. Energy was the ability to do work. And when I do work on something, I give it energy. So my something is my friend, right? He's biking from the library to his house. So work is being done on him to give him some energy from the library to his house. Now, if we think of that in terms of a plane in the Earth's surface, we're going from one level to another level. That type of energy, and we're really going to simplify the situation, but that type of energy is potential energy. He's going from a lower height to a higher height. So he has a change in potential energy. In order for him to get that change in potential energy, a certain amount of work had to have been done. And if I close my eyes and I don't look at the path, all I know is he had a change of energy, and I know that change in energy requires a certain amount of work. So the work he did from getting to the library to his house, whether up that steep hill or up the gradual hill, has to be the same because he has the same change in energy. But why does it feel so darn heavy? Why harder? Why does he avoid that hill? Well, it's not really the work that's different, but it feels like it. So what are we really feeling? We know that the work of A has to equal the work of B. We have the same change in energy. I'm going to hope that light that's flicking on and off in my studio lasts through this presentation. All right. Well, what is work? Work is how much force is exerted on an object in the direction of the displacement through that displacement. So remember, in general, that work is the force with the dot product of the displacement. And if we just think about it in its simplest form, if all of the force is in the direction of the displacement, remember it's the force times the parallel component of that force in the direction of the displacement. But let's just, for the sake of ease, say this is all in the same direction. We have our force times the displacement that force is happening over. All right, so what do we really feel? We feel how much force we have to exert. That's the feeling of making the effort. All right? So why does it feel easier when I go up the gradual hill? Well, this gradual hill is long. So I have a very high displacement. And if I go with a big displacement for my work along the hill, don't have to have as much force as I do if I have a short displacement up that steep hill. So much larger force is needed to get up that steep hill than to go up that long hill. And it's the force that the person has to cause on himself in this bicycle. It's that force that makes that effort feel like so much work, when really the work is the same. Now, this is the same idea as an inclined plane. We know that it's easier to load a truck by wheeling something up, here's the bed of my truck, a long plane than by lifting it up really quickly. It's a lot easier to take it up that slope, right? Large distance, little force. Short distance, big force. Or switchbacks on mountains. We can go straight up that mountain. It's a lot easier to go back and forth up that mountain. And even when slicing a nice cut of meat or veggies, whatever your preference is, it's a lot easier with a large butcher knife than a tiny little knife. Again, the length of that inclined plane. All right, good job. And thank you to my friend who sent that question. Super fun.